Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Kingston City Football Club's TV again. Tonight we have Ryan Love with us. Ryan is one of the 2016 signings for the Kingston City Football Club. Ryan comes to us across from a season with the Bentleigh Greens, and previous to that in the Queensland Premier League. Ryan, welcome to the Kingston City Football Club.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Melbourne. We'll start off with the general questions. Your junior football, where did you start, mate? And where did it progress, and how did it progress from there?
I started on the Gold Coast actually. Grew up as a younger kid on the Gold Coast, played for the Coomera Colts. Then slowly moved towards Brisbane, and then the parents decided to move up Sunshine Coast, so I played all my junior rep football up Sunshine Coast till I was about 17. Moved down to Brizzy and played for Queensland Lions the year before they became the Queensland Raw. Obviously Miron Bleiberg was there, Rado Vidicic was there as well, so Dario Vidicic was there. Like, good team. After that, kind of floated around Brizzy for a little bit, played a few Premier League teams, and had a go up in the QSL before it became the NPL.
Yeah.
Never actually had a crack at the NPL in Queensland. Obviously, it's a little bit different up there to here. Most recently, I played for Peninsula Power, which were obviously Brisbane Premier League, and we won 2 back-to-back grand finals and a lot of cups and that kind of stuff. And obviously the last year before I came down here, I was playing with Queensland Lions.
Yeah, that's right.
And they got into the final 16 of the FFA Cup and got knocked out by Perth Glory. Came down halfway through last year to basically continue work down here, and had a mate at Kingston, obviously Tyson Holmes, and ended up training with them for a little bit. And,
at
Bentleigh, and then ended up getting signed there, so it was a good experience, that's for sure. So
yeah, you went across there late, so the opportunities, because you moved across to Bentleigh Greens, was late during the season.
It was. And I knew that at the point that they had 2 fantastic centre backs, and in Topper and Webby, and that was okay. I was still learning. I think I still enjoyed learning that stuff. I think the only thing I had above those guys was the fact that I played all across the back line for them. So didn't get obviously as much game time as I wanted to, but obviously I filled in certain games and played literally every position across the back for them. So look, I was just a utility player, and look, it was good to be a part of them last year when they actually won their first major trophy, I think, in their history. So look, it was a fantastic experience, and but look, it was just time to look. I'm late 20s now. I need to play football, and I decided to move on. So here I am now.
Excellent. Now, I remember getting your bio that you sent me last October, and I opened it up and I thought, geez, have a look at this bloke. So, mate, first thing that I did is I got on the blower to Jimmy Lambury, the football operations manager, and said, I said, mate, I'm going to send you an email. I said, you better have a look at this bloke, mate, and snap him up pretty quickly, because his bio is pretty impressive, you know.
I mean, I had no problems reaching out to players or clubs to get a run. I'm not one to wait for someone else to give me the word. I'll just go out and do it myself, basically. So always back my own abilities and what I can do. So that wasn't a problem with contacting you guys. I mean, I know John was talking to you guys from Bentleigh, and I kind of swung in and out of it, and look, as soon as he said, look, Kingston would be interested in taking, I kind of didn't hear anything for a few weeks later. That's when I sent the email. Yep. Wanted to push it through pretty quickly, and as soon as Jim rang me, it was pretty much signed up in 2 or 3 days. So it wasn't a long process. I knew what you guys wanted to do and where you were going in the future, so it was an easy decision, to be honest. So I spoke to obviously little other clubs as well, but look, the way that Jim approached it, and Nick and all you guys rang me, and I knew that I actually wanted to be here, so it was an easy decision at the end of the day. So
excellent. Now, mate, I've watched you play in a couple of pre-season games. I've seen you train. You're a fairly versatile sort of a player, mate. I mean, look, currently you've been playing across the back line, but watching you out in the park, I mean, if Nick was to put you out in the middle, I think it wouldn't be an alien type position for you, right? Out in the middle of the park, would it?
No, I mean, the whole during my rep career, I was a central defender. I mean, to be honest, I haven't grown since I was 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And I was playing central defence, and then obviously my senior football, I was pushed out to the right back, and then luckily the last few years, my coach at Lions and Power had the same two coaches, and they put me in the centre midfield for a little bit. And look, I don't do anything. I'm not a flashy player. I just like tackling and breaking up the play and passing at 5-10 metres and the occasional long the ball. So
talking about passing, you very, very rarely waste a ball, mate. When that ball leaves your feet, 99 times out of 100, it seems to find a target, you know. And that's a very pleasing thing, because you know, even though a lot of the players that are playing at a higher level tend to find that fairly hard these days, you know. So you know, that is a talent, and probably also your versatility as well. You know, I mean, if there are positions that need to be filled, you know, tactically out in the park on game day, or you know, or because of injuries and so on. I'm pretty sure, you know, the coaching staff would be able to slot you into any position out in that park, mate.
I mean, that's just how teams have played previously. Look, you try and get it through the boys that it's a 5 metre pass, and as soon as you see it play, I'm not going to be. I think that's why I find myself quite reliable. I don't ever do things over the top or stuff that I can't do.
Yeah.
So, I mean that might not be good for certain people, but you know, I'm happy to keep the ball and keep it moving. That's what I'm there to do. So.
Yeah. Well, football's a simple game, mate. You know, look, if Bob Day players, regardless if they're amateurs, semi-professionals, or fully professionals, if you can do the simple things well,
yeah,
right, you'll be a good player. You'll be noticed out in that park. You know, you'll be a valuable player to your team, and I think that's the key point. You know, doing the simple things, but doing the simple things well. Yeah. Now, did you know much about the Kingston City Football Club before you came across, Ryan?
Look, I get a little bit bored at work every now and then. I do a little bit of Wikipedia search and that kind of stuff. So I did a little bit of research. Obviously, you guys have a Greek background. I mean, I'm still getting used to your ethnic backgrounds in clubs down here in Melbourne. So look, our clubs in Brisbane are all Scottish or English. Obviously, Lions is a Dutch club. Yeah. So, but look, I did a little bit of research. I said, look, I know you guys have more trophies than Bentleigh do. Yep. You were quite successful probably 5 or 6 years ago, before the breakup of the NPL and all that kind of stuff. So I did a little bit. So I did a little bit of research on Nick and the coaching, and obviously he played for South Melbourne and all that kind of stuff. So I did check on things, and I think that happens back and forth with players and clubs. So look, I'm just can't wait to get going, to be honest. So I'm just excited to be playing pre-season games, and obviously because I was not playing very much last year, and I'm starting to get back into the rhythm, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving these hit-outs with the bigger clubs, and we're coming up against them. We're doing fine, to be honest. We're not daunted by anything, and look, we're moving forward.
Look, I hear on the weekend, I wasn't at the game on the weekend against Green Gully, but for you know, from what the supporters and what the coaching team was telling us is we should have been 3-0 up within the first 15 or 20 minutes, but you know, just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, you know. But unfortunately, the result at the end of the day didn't go against us. But it's only pre-season, right? And pre-season games aren't about, you know, getting the points on the board.
No.
It's all about, you know, ironing out any sort of problems, working on structure, getting players match fit, and so on, mate. You know. So, but yeah, look, we've got clashes coming up against Oakley.
Yep.
Yeah, that's coming up very soon, and a few other games. And look, we're 5 weeks out from the start of the season. Our first game is up against Box Hill, which is going to be an absolute cracker of a game in front of a huge crowd. And again, to all the supporters of the Kingston City Football Club, and to all supporters of football in general, get out to that game on the 22nd of February, because it's going to be a game that you don't want to miss, and you'll be able to see this bloke in action and watch him put on a show. So for all you soccer lovers out there, for all you Kingston City Football Club supporters out there, get down and watch Ryan play, and get down and support the Kingston City Football Club. Thank you for your time, Ryan. Welcome on board, and looking forward to a good, solid season, buddy.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.